How does resource mobilization theory explain social movements? Imagine trying to start a wave at a concert. You need people, energy, and a plan. Social movements work the same way. They don't just happen because people are upset. They grow when the right resources come together. Resource mobilization theory helps us understand this process. It says that social movements depend on gathering and using resources like money, volunteers, and media. Without these, even big issues can stay quiet. Think about it like building a team for a big project. You need funds to buy supplies, people to do the work, and tools to coordinate everyone. Social movement organizations, or SMOs, act like project managers. They organize efforts, gather support, and keep the movement moving forward. If a movement has strong organization and enough resources, it can sustain itself and push for change. This theory also looks at how individuals decide to join. People are more likely to get involved if they see that the movement has resources and a clear plan. If they think their effort will make a difference and that the movement is well organized, they are more motivated to participate. So, resource availability and good organization are key to turning shared concerns into action. There are two main ways to look at this. One is the entrepreneurial model, which focuses on how movements manage resources like money and labor efficiently. The other is the political process model, which looks at how political opportunities and alliances help movements gather resources and grow. Both show that success depends on how well a movement can collect and deploy resources. Some critics say that resource mobilization theory might focus too much on money and formal groups. They argue that grassroots passion and informal networks also play a big role. Movements like civil rights or environmental activism often relying on volunteers and community support, not just big budgets. For example, the civil rights movement in the United States succeeded partly because leaders effectively organized protests, secured funding, and gained media attention. They built alliances with political leaders and used resources smartly. This shows how resource management is essential for social change. In short, resource mobilization theory explains that social movements are not just about grievances. They are about how well groups can gather, organize, and use resources to turn ideas into action. It highlights that strategic planning and resource control are what make collective efforts powerful enough to change society.